One thing I enjoy is collecting video games, reading about video games, finding out about video games that maybe I wasn't too familiar with, games I don't own, and games that I just never played. It's sort of like a window into the past of childhood experiences that you just sort of missed out on. And in 2018, there's a bunch of different ways to collect video games, whether you're primarily online with Facebook groups or eBay, or you like to get out of the flea markets, swap meets, all sorts of ways to collect video games nowadays. And one of the ways to do it is through services like RetroGameTreasure, where basically you sign up for their website and you put in what video games you own, and you basically try to find games that you don't own and have them send them to you, whether it's NES stuff all the way up to Dreamcast. These services own a lot of different games and send you a lot of different games for a monthly fee. I think it's $35 if you do it for a month-to-month service, and if you choose to sign up for a longer period of time, it costs less money as well. But I like these sort of services. I get that they're not for everyone, but as a hardcore collector, I like finding out about games that I don't know about and obviously don't own. So I decided to work with them. I signed up for their service and I put in my checklist of what games I have and what games I didn't have, what systems I wanted games for as well. And I got my first box from RetroGameTreasure this month. So basically we're gonna see what they send me and what sort of games I got. Obviously one game actually did not fit in the box, so that was an easy one to figure out, but then we're gonna open up the box and see what's inside. Unlike a lot of these videos, I'm actually gonna try to talk about the games to the best of my knowledge and show gameplay footage of them as well, so you could be familiar with it. Now, if you're interested in signing up for RetroGameTreasure, if you use the coupon code RGTCares, you save $2 off your first month. So that's pretty cool as well. I'll have some links in the description box down below. But let's sit back, relax, subscribe to the channel, and find out what I got inside of this box from RetroGameTreasure.
Hey, RGT85. Hey, Sean.
Oh my God, it's Stevie Richards!
Alright, so the first game I got did not fit in the box. It is a Sega CD game. They do have Sega CD games. That's one of the things that I like about the service. And it's a game called Racing Aces. Now, it is missing the cover, which is sort of standard for a lot of Sega CD games. Unfortunately, those cases weren't very strong, but it does have a manual and a disc, which is good. And this looks like a racing pilot game where you shoot down other your enemies, your opponents, and, you know, just go around these racetracks. I can honestly say I've never played this game before, so I am not too familiar with it, but it looks kind of cool. You know, it's one of those pseudo early 3D racing games, and, you know, it probably hasn't held up that well, but it looks interesting enough to where I want to check it out. It has awesome 3D graphics and CD soundtrack. A CD soundtrack. Whoops, the disc fell out. Jeez Louise. But a CD soundtrack on a Sega CD. I hope there's full motion video on here as well. But yeah, it looks like an interesting enough game, something I'll check out. You know, probably not something that I'll play a whole lot of, but something interesting. So, Racing Aces, I don't own it, and now I own it. Alright, now we're getting into the box portion of this. Like I said, you get 3 to 5 games a month. I don't know how many games are in here. Hey, that's pretty cool. Now, I do own this game, unfortunately, but it is good to have another copy of it because I can sell it when I am at conventions, and that is Metroid Prime. Metroid Prime, if you don't know what Metroid Prime is, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Now, it is just disc and box only, but honestly, with CD-based games, I don't really care as long as it has a case and a disc. I'm happy with it. But yeah, Metroid Prime, an awesome GameCube game, a first-person adventure. I think everyone knows about Metroid Prime, but I'll talk about it for a little bit just in case you aren't familiar with it. Really, a reinvention of the Metroid series. The Metroid series was a 2D sort of action platformer series until this came along and brought it into the 3D world. And now it's sort of this first-person adventure series that everyone loves. Everyone, of course, is looking forward to Metroid Prime 4 on the Nintendo Switch. But yeah, this is an awesome game. I have played it and beaten it. I actually haven't played and beaten this. I haven't beaten the second one, but I have beaten this one and the third one. Just a fantastic game. Really pushed the GameCube to its limits, and I actually showcased this game on my GC HD adapter. So super cool game. If you've never played Metroid Prime, definitely a game worth checking out, but I'm sure a lot of you have. But yeah, awesome game. So good game to have because I already have it, but I'm just gonna flip it at a convention. So not bad, not bad. And the final game, honestly, is just an amazing game. It's really a groundbreaking game for the Sega Genesis. probably one of the greatest games of all time, and now I have it in my collection, so I'm just absolutely thrilled right now. I'm literally shaking with excitement, and that is Joe Montana Sports Talk Football. The original one, you know, you can tell it's the original one because it has that black and, you know, that grid system on the Sega Genesis. Joe Montana, oh wait, it's Joe Montana 2 Sports Talk Football. So that's even better because it's the sequel to the awesome Joe Montana Sports Talk Football. All right, so the big deal about this game was it had like commentary in it, and on the Sega Genesis that wasn't very common to have, you know, full voice samples and things like that. So that was really the drawing factor of this game. I actually played these games a lot as a kid. I own a couple of them still. There's NFL Football 94 starring Joe Montana. So I'm familiar with this series. It has like a window-based passing system where it highlights the characters and then it sort of goes into this zoomed in mode whenever you catch or you run with the ball up the field and whatnot. You know, these games aren't that bad, but sports games haven't really aged all that well. So I will put this on my shelf and probably never play it. But look at Joe, like he's such a handsome guy. Like you can't help but love Joe Montana. Like it's Joe Montana. So to recap, we got 3 games here. We got Metroid Prime, obviously the star of the show. Racing Aces, a game I know nothing about, but I will check out because I am kind of interested in it. And Joe Montana 2 Sports Talk Football for the Sega Genesis. So, not terrible, you know. I probably would never have bought Joe Montana 2 Sports Talk Football on my own, but, you know, it's not a bad game to have, I guess. And the other 2 are pretty cool because I don't know anything about this one, and Metroid Prime is an absolute classic. So, yeah, not too shabby. Like I said, if you guys are interested in this service, use the coupon code RGTCares. Basically, it just shows them if you guys are watching my videos and interested in these unboxings, and you'll save $2 off of your first month with RetroGameTreasure. I'll have a link to it in the description box down below, and thank you for checking out this video. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, and thank you for watching this video. Check out the description box down below for the link to RetroGameTreasure, along with all sorts of links for my channels, Patreon, t-shirts, social media, all sorts of fun ways to keep up to date with the world of RGT85, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Later.
RGT 85. RGT 85. RGT 85.